I promise you, this has been a lifesaver. This item is actually what prompted me to make this video, because I was like, it's no way that I would have survived without this. When we found this, changed the game for us, baby. Changed the freaking game, okay? I will scream this up to the hilltops, okay? I will die on this hill. This is the best swaddle in the entire world, okay? And I really stand on that. Yeah, alrighty, let me get my notes out, okay? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sequoia Unique, and today I'm gonna be talking about my most used baby items. Okay, these are the baby items that I don't regret putting on my baby registry or purchasing, and that I would recommend any first-time mom or anybody who's having a baby to actually get, right? Because there's a lot of things that I put on my baby registry that we just really just didn't end up needing. Honestly, if I could do my baby registry over again, like, I definitely would, because I put a lot of stuff on there that just weren't practical, or we just really just didn't need, you know what I'm saying? There are some things that, you know, I got right, you know what I'm saying? And there are other things that I was just like, why did I get this? Like, why did I even put that on there, you know? But out of all the items that I got, right, these items that I'm about to share with you are the items that I feel like are essential and that I use every single day or every other day, and that makes sense to actually purchase. You know what I'm saying? So I made a list just so I would not forget, right? So let me see. Let me get that real quick. Okay, so the first thing on the list, these pacifiers have been lifesavers for us, especially when our baby is going to sleep. To be honest, our little baby, she hates to see a pacifier coming. Like, she just really just don't really like pacifiers for real. And I love that for her, honestly, because I didn't really want her using a pacifier anyway. But I will say, when she's about to go to sleep or we're trying to put her to sleep, chef's kiss. Like, these pacifiers are just amazing. The way that it fits in her mouth is great. It's just awesome. Honestly, I would definitely say check them out and see if your baby likes them and takes them, because we did try like 2 other brands and they just were not it. Like, she just did not take it, like, at all. But when we started using these, immediately she took to it, and love that for her as well as for us. Okay, the next thing on the list is this bucket, right? So it's a bucket, it's a collapsible bucket that we got off of Amazon, and I use it to put her dirty bottles in. It's just a way to keep her bottles separate from like our dirty dishes. I just want to keep them separate, or I did want to keep them separate, just because we use a whole different type of dishwashing liquid for her bottles specifically, and my pump. So I didn't really want it being in the same area. So whenever she's done with the bottle, I just, you know, put it in her this like bucket, this collapsible bucket, and you know, I save it for when I'm, you know, about to wash all her bottles. This collapsible bucket has been awesome for us. I mean, it's easy to store. You could just like put it in your cupboard, or you just put it really anywhere. But we just have it out just because she does drink bottles throughout the day. And like I said, I do use it to just store her dirty bottles in. So when I'm actually ready to wash it, and then I just add water to it and then wash her bottles in that little bucket thing. So I definitely recommend that. The next thing, and this may be a bit controversial, but I do use dog pee mats, right? So even though we do have like a mat to put her down on to change her diaper, I just feel like it'd be cold, you know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to, you know, wake up and then be put on like a cold mat, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wanted to put something down that will be able to absorb pee and maybe catch her poo, so that one, we don't really have to wipe down this mat so often, and two, it'll be comfortable for her to lay down on. It fits perfectly on her little changing mat. I don't know if you can see it though, it's like actually in the back here. That's where her changing station is. And we put the dog mat on there, or we put the dog pee mat on there, and it just lives there, you know. And then we change it out every so often when it has pee on it or poo on it. But it's been actually like a lifesaver, and it's been pretty practical to use, to be honest. I'd still recommend it to anybody just because it saves you time and energy in the long run, to be honest. So the next thing, speaking of changing her, I got this off of Amazon just because I was looking for a more practical option than the popular one that everybody has. I don't know what it's called. I'll put it on the screen, but it's like this like beige curved one that people have to like change their baby on, and it's like $200. And I was like, it's no way I'm about to spend that much money on a mat. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up finding this mat. It's like, I think it's called Evolve. I'm not sure if I'm like pronouncing that correctly, but it's like $70, right? So definitely totally better than 200, you know what I mean, or like 250 or whatever the cost is. I know it's like in the hundreds. So anyways, I found this affordable option that's basically the same thing. And it looks great, it feels great for her, like it's does the job, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely recommend that if you're looking for a more budget friendly, affordable option for like a mat to change your baby on. What else? So another thing, burping cloths. You can never have too many burping cloths. In the beginning, like we did have a lot of what do you call those things that you put around their necks? Those were actually too big for her at the time, right? When she was first born, because she was just so small and tiny. And so we couldn't really put it around her neck. It just didn't really make sense. So anyways, we ended up getting like a bunch of burp cloths. And let me just say, you can never have too many. Okay, like those are the most practical item in her baby dresser. Okay, like hands down, you need burping cloths. Like just get them. Okay, because you never know when your baby's gonna spit up or something happens and you just need a towel right quick, you know what I'm saying? So burping cloths. Okay, the next thing on the list is a bottle warmer. Okay, this is like a no-brainer. You need a bottle warmer. Okay, you don't want to be feeding your baby cold milk, and they probably won't take it anyway, and it probably give them a brain freeze, you know what I'm saying? So a bottle warmer, lifesaver. Yeah, we ended up putting it in the living room, and that was like the best thing that we could ever do. We're typically in the living room the most, so it just made sense to put it in here, to be honest. But definitely get a bottle warmer. Next is Aquaphor. Okay, now my baby had the worst baby acne, and I did not know how to deal. I really didn't know that babies get acne for real. So I thought that something was wrong with her. I was like, we need to take her to the pediatrician. Like, why is her skin like this? Oh my God, I was really freaking out. And my fiance really had to sit me down and be like, yo, like, chill out. Like, she just came out the womb. Like, her body is getting acclimated to the climate. Like, relax, you know what I'm saying? And we end up going to the pediatrician on one of her doctor visits, right? And so they also confirmed that it's a normal thing and that we just need to, you know, keep her skin moisturized, basically. And at the time, we were kind of exacerbating it a little bit because unfortunately I was putting coconut oil and the Johnson & Johnson's baby gel oil on her just because I thought that it was okay for her, but unfortunately it was not, and it kind of inflamed her skin even more. And so I ended up getting Aquaphor after doing some, you know, some research. So I ended up using it, and baby, it actually works wonders. Okay, like honestly, true to God. Okay, like I kid you not, I put this on her skin, and within hours, if not like the next day, her skin is visibly and physically softer. Like for real. Like her baby acne started to disappear. Her skin is becoming much more like supple and soft. Like it's actually like magic. Okay. Even if she like scratches her face, I put the Aquaphor on it. She goes to sleep for like 3-4 hours. It's already healing up. Maybe that's just because she's a newborn and like, you know, she's sleeping so much that her skin is like rapidly recovering or whatever. Whatever the case may be, though, I just feel like this Aquaphor is is helping it, truly protecting her skin and really like helping to heal it for sure. So definitely Aquaphor. Like just buy it, just use it. It is low key expensive. I'm not gonna hold you, but it's definitely worth it, hands down. The next thing that has been great for us is this little night light. Now, you don't necessarily, especially in the middle of the night, you don't really want to turn on a harsh light at night, because then that kind of like wakes them up, and then there's no chance of them going to sleep for real. So if you have like a nice softer light that's not too bright but you can still see around and what you need, perfecto. This little light, it lasts a pretty decent amount of time. I'd say like I'd go like 2 days 3 days without a charge, and it's still pretty bright. And it is rechargeable, so you just charge it and then it's good to go. I'd say like it takes maybe like an hour to charge fully, but this has been amazing for me at night and doing my night feedings with her, just because again I don't really want to turn on a big harsh light, and I just tap it and it turns on, and I can see her, she can kind of see me, and we're all having a great time, right? So yeah, definitely consider getting like a little light for your, for the nighttime especially. So this next item has been a lifesaver. This item is actually what prompted me to make this video, because I was like, it's no way that I would have survived without this. Okay, baby. When we found this swaddle, changed the game for us, baby. Changed the freaking game, okay? I will scream this up to the hilltops, okay? I will die on this hill. This is the best swaddle in the entire world, okay? And I really stand on that. I stand on that. Mind you, we only really have experience with 2 other swaddles, and every baby's different, but let me tell you something, okay? You want to invest in this swaddle, okay? It is a little on the pricey side. It's probably like $25 to $30 per swaddle, but when I tell you this has saved us, this has preserved our sleep, this is chef's kiss, I promise you, like for real, okay? Now, this swaddle is from the person who made the snoo bassinet. Okay, they have 2 different versions. One that is supposed to be used specifically for the snoo, or in the snoo, just because it comes with like little flaps on either side to like hook into the bassinet, so that once your baby starts rolling, they won't be able to, because they're kind of like strapped inside of the bassinet. Now, they have another version called the Happiest Baby Sleep Pea, and this is essentially the same swaddle, it just doesn't have the flaps, and it can be used in any bassinet, right? This swaddle, love it. It has mesh at the top, and it has mesh at like the bottom where her feet are, so you won't have to worry about your baby overheating, which was a main like priority for us, okay? Truly, because we were so scared, and we're still scared of the whole SIDS thing, but this helps give us a peace of mind in knowing that, okay, at least she won't overheat for real, okay? So we know that won't be an issue. Not only does it come with mesh, right? It straps her hands down on like either side of her to where she can't move her hands, right? And so this was the problem with the other 2 swaddles that we had, because both of them had her hands up here, right? And so what we found is that she would constantly wake herself up because of her startle reflex, and so she just wasn't getting quality sleep because she was constantly waking herself up. My baby, she just loves to move around. I don't know what is it about it, but she gonna move, okay? And so in this swaddle, the sleep pea, she can't really move, right? She can only really move her head, and that is not enough to wake her up, apparently. So she stays asleep for longer, right? She's comfortable, she's chilling, like, and in turn, we are happy, we are chilling, you know what I'm saying? So it just works out. It's a win-win, you know what I'm saying? So not only does she get to sleep, but we get to sleep you know? All right. So love that. Love this swaddle. Like it's literally the best thing ever. Literally, she sleeps in this every single day. Okay, it got to the point where we were like, yo, we're wearing this one out. We have to buy more. So we actually have more on the way. That's how true it is. Okay, because there's no other swaddle that she sleeps in but this one. The next thing is vitamin D. Now, if you are a breastfeeding mama, this is really only for my breastfeeding mamas out there, you need to supplement with vitamin D. Your breast milk doesn't have vitamin D in it, so essentially your baby will be deficient in that vitamin if you don't supplement it. So this is only for the breastfeeding mamas. Okay, this doesn't really apply to those who are formula feeding, just because it has that vitamin in it in the formula. So I'm exclusively breastfeeding, so you know, you gotta have that vitamin D. Like it's really a non-negotiable. The next thing is a rack to hang the bottles. Okay, this is essential. Okay, I made sure that we got this little rack. We don't really have that much space in general, but I knew that this is something that we absolutely needed, and it's really just a place to hang the bottles once you wash them. Simple. Okay, they have their nice little corner that they sit in to where whenever I'm ready to use them, I can use them. It's easily accessible. I don't have to worry about going anywhere to find them. They're right there on the sink. Boom. Wash it, hang it up, let it dry. Simple. Along with that, last but not least, is the I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but the Avant Philips Avant bottles, particularly their glass bottles. I know there's a lot of people who don't really like using the plastic ones. We have some of the plastic ones. I mean, hey, a bottle is a bottle at the end of the day, but when you can, you probably should use glass instead of plastic, because we all know about the microplastics, right? But with that being said, these bottles, amazing. Never had any issues with them. They're supposed to stop your baby from consuming the air bubbles that come up when you shake the bottle, or you know, you're feeding your baby. And I'd say that they do the job. Definitely. I do see the air bubbles in there, but I don't really, she doesn't really have any like colic issues or gas issues. So I definitely highly recommend these. And like I said, if you can use glass, but both the plastic and the glass ones, they work just the same. So really no difference there. And so, yes, those are my top items that I recommend for any first time mother or anybody who is expecting a baby and needs some baby items. These are the top items that I found have worked wonders for me and my family. And oh, one thing I also forgot to mention, oh my goodness, sorry, is the NCVI breast pump. Okay, it's super affordable, and it's very user friendly. Definitely recommend this pump for anybody who's looking for a budget friendly option. But that has been the best pump that I've ever used. I've heard from other people that it's similar to the medical grade ones that you get from the hospital or from your insurance. And personally, I've never had any issues with it, and I'm going on 3 months of using it. And yeah, definitely check it out. It has 4 different modes and 9 different suction like options, so you're able to customize it to whatever feels comfortable for you. But I would highly recommend that as well. So with that being said, those are all of the items that I recommend. And again, I'll link them all in the description so that you guys can check them out on your own. And if you want a in-depth review of the NCVI pump, I'll link it at the top or in the description, so you can go check that out if you want a little bit more in-depth information about it. So yeah, y'all, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.